Hey, this is Donnie Smith and welcome to another Eastwood video. In this video series we're showing you how to paint a Mustang from start to finish. In this video we're going to show you how to repair a dent. We're using some Eastwood hammers and a stud welder gun. Be sure and visit our friends at Eastwood by clicking right here. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, what the students are doing here is they're block sanding the paint, and we're using long blocks. And as we block sand that's going to help us identify the lows. Anywhere there's a dent or a low area is going to stay glossy, and then we'll mark them so we can repair the dents. Okay, now we have this dent here. Now this is it's a fair sized dent, but the thing about it is you can't get to the back side because it's double walled here, so we're going to have to pull from this side. And to do that we're going to use a stud welder gun. And in order to do that, it's going to have to be bare metal. But before we start taking the metal off, or the paint off, we want to kind of see what's going on. We know this body line's pushed in right here. You can see that. And it's also pushed in here, and obviously there's a low here. But what's equally important is note this high area. There's like an eyebrow right here. So it's really high. And you can feel it with your hand, and you can feel it. So as we're moving this body line out and this low out, we need to be sure and knock this high area down at the same time. If you try to just pull out on the low area and the body line, this high is going to stay here. First, before we start using this method, we're going to have to take it down to paint. We're going to use an 80 grit DA, and we're going to take this down about 4 inches past the repair area so that we have plenty of metal to work with. And also, you do not want to get body filler on your paint, so that's one reason that we're going to do that. Now we have another low here, and we're going to go ahead and fix that one. That's pretty low. Probably one nail will fix that. So we'll go ahead and take this down to metal as well. Now you want to remove as much of the paint as you can with the DA, that way you do not remove metal. But there's going to be some of the area in your direct damage that may be hard to get out, so we're going to use a grinder with a 3-inch roll-lock disc on it with 50 grit. Okay, now we've got this bare steel. Now what I'm going to do is put some of these stud nails on there, and basically what this it's just a stud, and that's why it has to be bare metal, because it's actually going to be welded tacked to the surface. Okay, now I've got 3 nails on this body line. This is the low area of this body line, and I've got the high up here, and I intend to pull on these. Now when I'm pulling, I like to use these T-handles. I'm not a big fan, I've mentioned in other videos, I'm not a fan of the slide hammers, because that's usually, if you're using that, you're pulling in one direction. You know, if I use a slide hammer, I like to use it just to pull so I can tap down, but not use that slide action, because that's just going to stretch the metal rather than roll it back where it needs to go. So I'm going to use this T-handle, and as I'm using the T-handle and I'm pulling on it, I want to put quite a bit of force. But remember, when you're pulling on something, never just to pull too hard like you're pulling tug-of-war, because if it comes loose you don't want to go flying backwards. So I'm just going to put some force on it, and then I'm going to tap down on this high right here. And another thing is, I want to kind of work from the outside in. So I'm going to pull on these two, and then I'm going to pull on the center stud. Well, that wraps it up for this video. We don't want to make these videos too long, 10-15 minutes max. But in the next video, we're going to show you how to apply body filler. Really appreciate you watching each one of our videos. Thanks for watching, and be sure and give us a thumbs up, give us a like, visit our friends at Eastwood, and check out some of our other videos. We'd appreciate it. We'll see you in next week's video. Take care.